It's a big question hard to pay attention. So, like another one, we have the full speed, and let me start our presentation. Due to the small time we have, we will just briefly summarize the whole week we just done. Here you can see our table of contents. Um, we start with, we did the other type of measurements, including destructive and undestructive and non-destructive testing, and here is the destructive test. We did the 3-point bending, where you can see 2 supports and 1 force head. It was mainly done because we wanted to check the accuracy of the non-destructive measurement. The other type of the destructive test was screw withdrawal test. We wanted to check the resistance against the screw withdrawal. Here you can see the accuracy we used to determine sigma stress. Non-destructive test is the process of inspecting components for differences in characteristics without destroying the wood. I think that's nothing more to say because you know what we are talking about if you say non-destructive. Uh, the ultrasonic measurement theory is to put the wood between 2 ultrasonic sensors, which are the transmitter and the receiver, where the transmitter generates the ultrasonic waves, and the electrical impulses are so the electrical impulses are converted into digital or analog signals by the receiver. We had to lubricate the heads, the sensors with the lubricant to make sure the signals will be better. So basically, with the sound measurements, we got this kind of results that we measured the highest model of elasticity in longitudinal direction. So we decided because the cracks won't the cracks don't disturb the sound waves going through the wood. So yeah. This was our measurement with calculate this MOV and velocity of the sound waves going through the wood, so we could determine how much the crack affects the wood quality in the wood. So we tested the bending with 3-point bending test. 3-point bending test. And we came to conclusion because the wood was compressed and the lignin and the other stuff just burned away from the wood, so it lost its elasticity, and basically it's just broken easily than the non-treated ones. Movie doctors, research. really can't say anything because
Is it better or worse for treated goods?
no, because we don't do this
Basically, the strain of the wood is better in the treated ones somehow, but there is no use for it if the wood breaks easily in the other kind of strain.
It's two other treated samples that broke. We found later all samples. Thank you for your attention.
Are there any questions on the presentation?
Can they repeat the conclusion?
Sorry?
Can you repeat conclusion?
Go back to the previous slide.
Anybody?
Yeah, I think we could discuss the modulus of elasticity with different wood types. I mean, the same wood type but with different treatment, different temperature. Because I don't know on what temperature it was treated, but so 160 Celsius, a lot of things are burnt out of the wood and it changes the elasticity. That's why we came to the conclusion that smooth wood became stronger, became higher, because it was more solid.
Thanks.
Bending strength.
Actually,
Bending strength.
what's up with it?
What's happened to the bending strength?
The treated ones were showed really, not really, but showed less strength against the bending test. Due to the loss of elasticity also. It could bear less force, it broke earlier.
It was lower bending strength. Why did you only have 3 screw-bit specimens?
Because two of them broke when we were trying to put the screw in them. They just broke in half, but we also tested them just for out of curiosity, and they kind of showed the same strength, by the way.
Because they did.
Yes, that's why I told the laborant to check it.
Okay, any other questions for the presentation? I think we are going to have an evaluation after the presentation. Thank you very much for your job. For listening.
Okay, good morning everybody. Let me introduce you to my team, IT, and all the participants. So first, something about the content. Basically, it's the same as the other group. So I guess we can proceed. Okay, so destructive method. We started with the 3-point bending. Basically, it's just increasing the force in the sample in the middle of the support and measuring the deformation and the force that is required to draw the samples. Next, we have the non-destructive methods like ultrasound test and sound test on the bending sample. The point of the ultrasound test is about measuring the time in microseconds that is required to travel the wave from one edge to the other edge of the specimen. Actually, later they will tell you something about the orientation of the specimens, because there were two types, and the sound test on bending sample The difference is in the measure unit. We measure the frequency in the time, and the whole process will be described later in the other slide. And screw withdrawal test, that is based on increasing force, that is trying to pull out the screw out of a specimen until it collapses. Okay, so the important question is why are we doing it? I think it's really important to know the mechanical properties of the material in case that we need to, or not we want to use it in wooden structures. So we have to specify the object of the test that will find the MOE of the specimens by the different methods, and also compare these two methods if they are somehow in connection in this material.
So, talking about material methods, we have materials wood is fine, and in Finland we made this treatment with 3D conforming, so we used water class treatment in point. There was no screws or what. There is the size of the sample pieces in Finland, and they were approximately under 100 kilos, and the moisture was 14.7. Before putting the oven, they were soaked in water like 1 or 2 weeks. And after soaking, these were weighed, and the moisture was higher, of course. And then we used this press, like we told earlier. Wood inside, during the process, pressing, there was like from room temperature until 120. But in the oven, there was into 60. But this was temperature to wood inside. So, yeah, we used water class treatment, and approximately 22 grams per square meter. And in the oven, it was like 15 bars to 30 bars, and the time we used was 10 or 15 minutes. And we sent our pieces here, sample pieces, and in here somebody cut them to smaller pieces for our test. And we also, of course, we sent untreated food. And now something about methods.
Yes, methods. So, here's the sound measuring test. The method how we did it. We did it in 2 orientations, in the rice and papers. The sample is measured in 2 modes. First is, we're going to do that. The distance was 13 times 2%. The step is this pressure in the middle of the sample until it drops. So the machine was pulling the head until it drops. So we can measure the force we need to grow for the sample. Small cuboid pieces is screwed in the middle, super for a distance 0.55 meters. Results. You can see the results of the screw generators nice here. You can clearly see basically in general the force that our samples will resist are smaller, decreased in the case of treated samples. In these 2 cases, we can see the force is actually bigger, but in general, with the more samples you have, the more
increased quality it's measured. You can see the averages there, and the previous state, the sheet assemblies are a little bit worse. It's not a big difference in the school test. So maybe this is the only property which is wasn't decreased, which didn't decrease in grade 1. Sound measurements. Okay, in sound measurements we determine the classes, the strength classes of the patient and the species, and we can clearly see that in this case also the quality being decreased. We can see in the diagram. In ultrasound, we decided to focus on the velocity because the elasticity results were really unreliable. But you can see clearly from the velocity that in the treated samples, the velocity became much lower. It's probably because there are a lot of cracks in the wood, in the samples, and it made the sound travel much slower. Here, the average is 3.9. First one, the untreated sample, you can see the force is pretty high. Most of the time it's over 2,500 newtons, and in the treated samples they decrease drastically. And it's not only these five, because we have more samples. We have like 5 samples, but we choose to use the best ones, and these are the best ones. There are even worse results. There were even worse results in my tests. The elasticity decreases. This is the main point that we found out, because the treating is, I think it's too harsh for these type of foods. These are the pictures and our tests. After correcting the three-point bending test. Our conclusion. The conclusions are, as I said earlier, that this treatment isn't really good for this kind of wood. Why? It causes a lot of cracks in the material, and it makes the elasticity really worse. We talked about 2 solutions. Important thing is to experiment with the pressing and with the time for the pressing. So it's not a bad idea to have one, but it needs much more time and experiment to find out which is the best way and how we can make the material useful, the product is how can make the product good. And thank you for listening. Thank you very much.
Do you have any questions?
Comments or anything that anyone would like to add? So pretty much all of the properties that you were looking at decreased.
Yes, there are no exceptions. In a few cases, from the 6 or 7 piece samples, there were 1 or 2 really good samples. They were just, it was because the sample was from a good quality, good treatment, so not because the treatment had it. And you might think it's
Did you measure the longitudinal? Did the ultrasonic measurement usually the longitudinal measurement?
Yes, it was your
Maybe I just didn't bring it.
I said we focused on the velocity. These are the results of the ultrasonic test.
These are across the brain. Did you measure all of the brain as well? Oh, did you not?
No,
Yes.
no.
Yes, in this presentation.
In that case, did it also decrease there? I would like to have this blue screen as well because I'm really curious. Because I think it would be very interesting to see because I'm guessing that most of these problems are caused by the tracks and the longitudinal it would show because then it wouldn't decrease that much because if there is a longitudinal track, the longitudinal sound wave is still travel pretty much the same, but it would not be bending and the sound wave traveling across the whole fascinating. Thank you. Any other questions? Yes.
I would like to clarify only that you actually managed to get the screws in the specimens. So, no cracking.
There was
Did
no
you
cracking.
experiment?
There was no cracking.
There was no cracking.
No, in school we do not test every single insect, so no
Yeah.
breaking.
I'm guessing there we will hear some problems with the last thing. Okay.
That's true.
Okay, so if there are no questions, then I think we will go to the last thing now.
Can I
Yes.
ask you something? You put some numbers about strength class.
Yes.
Do you think it's proper to say something about strength classes of treated wood?
The stem process of treated would also learn as good in most of the time. So the best we could found in the treated sample is C35, and in the untreated one we also found C50.
And do you believe those numbers? But maybe I'm going too much into theory.
How did you get those numbers, by the way? I was wondering about that.
Well,
Don't
so we had an equation that the
instructor
gave us, and I think he has enough experience that I can believe him.
Delegating responsibility.
question. You should question everyone.
There is the European norm, the European standard where you can check what modulus of elasticity matches which strength class. So you could just read the
Based on the
Yeah,
modulus
well,
of elasticity.
I don't have allocation collections strength and strength. So
But fine C50 is kind of a nice.
I'm just it's not your fault, but those data are done on a regular wood, untreated, lots of sample specimens, and it's measured. There is a good statistic behind it, but I think that you can use those data only for the same type of wood, which is untreated, spruce, pine, whatever. Once you start to do some modification, you just change material.
Well, I think that you can use, you can actually say that this would go into the strength test. Obviously, these data are not, it wouldn't stand up to any kind of certification. You couldn't use it in practice, but as a kind of a little extra
Yeah,
information, I
that's
think this is interesting.
I should also value that they add some reason why they are doing the research, which is it was somewhere at the beginning, but maybe I should put it on a really beginning, at a real before this background, to just say that what are you doing and why you are doing this stuff.
Yeah, basically, we wanted to know the structure of the presentation.
It's good to follow sometimes those advices.
So I think it was very
Yeah,
good.
it was really good. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you very much. Nice presentation.
So, good morning to everybody, and first I would like to say thank you for my team members, because everyone contributed pretty much as much as they could to this project and to this presentation. So, let's get right into it. So, as mentioned before, we followed the team march, and our main objective, and the main objective of the third workshop that we participated in, was to actually examine the treated and untreated wood and how the 3D hot treating made certain changes to the mechanical properties. We used two different testing methods. The first was the non-destructive testing method, and the other testing method was destructive ones. The reason for this is that we wanted to try out the non-destructive methods and see if we can use these methods in this kind of wood. And after that, we wanted to make sure with the official destructive methods whether the results of the non-destructive methods are right or wrong. Our main target, as I said, was to measure the mechanical changes, and our secondary target was to see the non-destructive tests are useful in this case.
So our species of the tree is large, it's treated and untreated. We had like 9 pieces and treated ones, and 6 pieces of untreated. Those are our dimensions, and we use different kind of equipment what was needed for our tracking. So we started with the 3-point bend test. The theory is we put our specimens into this machine where there's like 2 roller supports, and from above there's the machine makes pressure in the center of the sample, and so we could read from results our modulus of elasticity, and use this equation. So here's a bit of methods used. So other test was screw withdraw test, and it's basically we put a sample into the machine where was in the sample was screw, and the machine tried to pull it out, and we measured this power that was needed for to take it out. But as we will see, it wasn't good with treated ones. Sound measurements. The theory. In one case, we used 2 supports, 2 supports, and in the other 3 supports. In first one, we used rubber beater, so we could measure the speed of sound, and we catch it with microphone, and the data were going to PC program. And in the other one, we used wooden beater and 3 supports. Ultrasonic solid wood evaluation. Here so in this case, we used this. In the one edge there was receiver, and in the other source. So we could measure how fast sound could travel through the wood. So we used these equations, so we could calculate them.
So, after we did our little experiments, we came up with the results, and it's pretty interesting. So, the first one is our non-destructive method, and as you can see, the untreated specimens and the treated specimens as follows. There were very slight.
This test, this average, this test, this average. Two rows or two columns table, or even table will be better because graph this figure will be kind of messy because of the different data. But simple table just to compare two results, treated and untreated. They did lots of tests. Some of them are included in the presentation, some don't. So it would be nice to have it all together, one table, and summarize in one slide. So maybe in the report should be somehow involved this kind of summary table.
Yes. Let me ask you guys, coming to that point, have you completed the report, or you still have to work some on that? How's that working out? I would like to ask you that for your, some of you didn't put all of your results in here. The reports, maybe those should contain all of the results, and it should be clear, which results belong where, and those, that would be important. So maybe if you haven't done that entirely, then maybe it might be a good idea to work a little bit more on it and then send it in email to Mika, probably would be that person to send it to, right?
Yeah.
Or send it to your own teacher, and then they can forward it to Mika if you don't have an email address, and you can do it that way. One thing that I was a little surprised at, I was expecting more diagrams in the presentations. So if everyone knows what you're talking about, and you know exactly where to find everything, then tables are good. But I was sitting in the back, and my eyes are not very good, so I had to work very hard sometimes to see, among all of the tables, okay, what are the important results, what are the important values. So in the future, the presentations were very nice, and I appreciated that you were trying to follow many of the things that I talked about. There's just one suggestion of improvement for the future. At some point, hopefully all of you will have theses to defend and things like that, or give more presentations. It's usually a good idea to make it visual, and people can see easier than if you just have tables on the screen. Okay, any more comments? Mika.
Good presentation. But somehow we have to summarize the results that we understand. We have found and how we should proceed with these results.
You want me to do that?
No, I think we will do it in the next workshop.
Oh, okay, I see.
Somehow we have to.
Yeah, this is what we will be talking about next. I just want to ask you if anyone has any more comments or questions about it. Yes.
I just have a comment. Just discussed about it. There was some certain amount of samples that was measured. I think 9, and sometimes they select the best one from each group. I think they should keep all data.
Yes.
Whatever they measure, because once they do selection, they just mess up with the statistics, and even average is not even average, just average of some selected, first quadrille of the data. So it will be much better probably, even if they have a better data, it's still kind of valid because it's a sample which was treated the same way. It has some, of course, some variability because of the variability of the group structure, but they should be kind of involved in the final result. Sometimes, you can kind of reject outliers, but you cannot reject half of the data.
That's true. And even if you reject outliers, it's usually because you already have some prior knowledge that when you were testing, okay, this broke or something like that. You can't use that data. Yes, Rasto is actually making a valid point. I saw that some of you, this was probably done because you were trying to find the best results or things like that. But actually, we don't want the best results. We want a fair result. We want everything to be included that should be included. So for those of the teams who said, okay, we're just using the best results here because the others are much worse, please include the much worse data too, because those are also part of your sample, and you should do that. Of course, this doesn't apply if you couldn't put the screw into the screw withdrawal specimen. Then you don't. Of course, you can't report anything there. But you also report, okay, most of the specimens could not be measured because they broke apart. As an important piece of information. And then you can say the one specimen that we could measure was this value. Yes.
I would like to stand up for our defense for finding, of course, actually. But in our case, we choose to throw away the data which was produced by samples with big nuts in the middle. And if I measure the nut, I won't get any information about the treatment. I will only see that this piece of sample where there were flaws in the structure. So that's why we decided to not show the data of that, but next time we will, I guess.
Okay, you can do that, but then you have to say it in your presentation and put it in your paper that once you threw away these, and the reason that we threw them away is that it doesn't really represent a good comparison between the two groups, because one of them had nuts and we're not looking at must be looking at the treatment. Yes, that's a very good point actually, to make sure that your audience understands that, because otherwise you just say, okay, it's easy if you're just using your best results. So, thank you. Okay, if there are no more comments or questions, but if you do have, please feel free to say that. If you have nothing else to add, yes,
I just wanted to say that they did really good job because they worked hard.
Oh yes.
They couldn't finish yesterday. After dinner they just gathered together. They were fixing all those presentation reports. So I just wanted to kind of express admiration that they wanted to fulfill the task and they worked hard to do that.
Yes. Oh yes. And I think what my students were reporting from the previous workshops, they said that somehow, everyone wasn't always as involved in preparing the reports and doing the presentations. And from what I could say yesterday, everyone was here, everyone was working. And also I would like to say, we were looking at some of the evaluation comments that you gave for the previous workshops, and some of you said, oh well, I couldn't really participate in the evaluation process because I felt I couldn't really contribute, I was a little shy or something like that. Don't be shy, your contribution is valuable. You are all, I think, very good students. This is why you are here. Your teachers selected you not because they like how you look or something like that, but because they like your brains, they like that you are clever people. Maybe the high school students a little bit intimidated by the college students. They seem to be so much more clever. But believe me, the college students appreciate your contribution. They want you to contribute, and it seemed like that this was true yesterday, and we were actually very glad to see that. I hope that the college students and the high school students feel the same way about this. So I absolutely agree with you. So good job, everyone. Thank you. We have a few more things for this morning. One of them is Mika will give you some more information. I already gave you a little peek about what we will do for the next workshop, but he will give you in more detail what we will be doing and all of the other details, the dates of the workshop and all of that. Also, my understanding is that Balázs has prepared some material about the TST lab. Is that right?
No, I just showed some people around yesterday.
Oh, you showed some people around yesterday because I think Bente said that maybe you wanted to show some more slides or something. No, you didn't say. Okay.
I didn't know about it.
Someone told me. Okay, in that case, forget it. I thought that someone said something about it yesterday. Okay. Then Mika.
I'm teacher and coordinator of this integration project at Lahti University of Applied Science. And now I'm going to tell you a little bit of university and then city of Lahti, and then what we are going to do in the next workshop and it happened. So we had the meeting yesterday with the teacher and we decided that next workshop will be organized in the 2016, and which means that it's 4th of April until 8th April, and after the Easter holiday. So we have a quite nice springtime down in Lahti already, so we bring us better. So, a few words about Lahti University of Applied Sciences. So, faculties that we have actually have a technology, business studies, social and healthcare, and design and fine art. And some key figures about what we have approximately about students, 40 millions and 216 teachers, and probably including the other staff, present 59. And we have 42 PhDs and research staff. Okay. Well, most of you know already the city of Lahti. Lahti is a kind of, how to say, a little bit bigger than Stockholm. So, but almost same size, and it's located near Lake Vesijärvi, which is quite a nice lake, and maybe at least the teachers you have recognized that we have concentrated quite much on environmental issues. So some after the 60s, 80s, this lake was not so good shape, so they have improved the water quality by a lot of other things, but also in other environmental sections like fluor, etc. So it's going to be a very nice place to live and for outdoor activities. So the city of Lahti is located in South Finland, near Helsinki metropolitan area, so it's about approximately 100 kilometers from Helsinki to north, and it is the largest city in Finland. It's also quite easy to connect to the other major cities, and also, for example, in St. Petersburg, Russia, you can jump in the rain in Latvia, and it takes about 3 hours to get there. So, and also, if you want to go to Tallinn, for example, it's only travel to Helsinki, take a ferry, it's only 2 hours. And also Stockholm is very near. Well, then if we go to the workshop, what we are going to do there, so I think somehow we had discussion with teacher yesterday, and somehow I have a feeling that we should summarize these previous workshops and these test results, what we have found, and regarding our product is kind of TerraFlow, so how we see these properties results, what kind of effects they have to this final products. So that kind of task maybe we are going to start, and I think we have to give you some homework before the workshop, so if you need some, at least these reports, build some kind of idea in your mind what you want to summarize there. So just is the way how we maybe save some time in during the week. Because I think it's going to be quite intensive week anyway. So we have quite a lot of work to do, and it's kind of different week since these other previous 2 workshops, because this is quite a lot of testing. So now we are working more in classrooms and groups and kind of learning topics, for example. So the focus will be in marketing and productionization, like Lasse already mentioned. So we start thinking about this kind of terraforming material, that's how we should do the marketing, for example, business plans, and also this acquisition. And we will be working in groups, and then also we give you lectures, and we have an idea that we try to get lectures from the companies and certain companies, for example, lectures on mass intelligence and so on, French companies and others. So these companies, for example, also the figures for so I think we are using also these kind of new methods of learning methods. So we are not going to take the coffee maybe in that time, but after that. So I don't know, have you heard about learning methods? How many of you have heard about learning methods? What kind of work? Okay, learning cafe is kind of that in the classroom we have, for example, 5 different tables, and in every table there is a host, and in each table there is some kind of topic issue, and all the groups go to the different tables and start the discussions, and it takes about 10 to 15 minutes, and they have a kind of make a kind of notes or poster whatever, they write down the ideas and the innovations, and after that 10 to 15 minutes we change people change to the other group, so the host will stand there and have the group circulate groups. So that is kind of like effect way of learning, and get the best results about new ideas. And also its idea is that everybody will be involved in that kind of work. So everybody should have a kind of opinion about certain issues, for example. So the answer is that I don't know nothing about it. So that kind of things. Then we have a possible company visit, we try to fix some visits, and of course some other activities like we had last time. I'm not sure about having teachers circulate the YouTube link to your students if you haven't done yet, so I will resend it to you and then you can share it with your students. So maybe just before I finish my presentation, so we look at a little bit the last workshop highlights. There was a nice activity. Just a second. There is all the, actually on the YouTube account there's all these lectures, and plus we will download also the discussion.
Here we are.
Here we are. Okay. This is some kind of short highlights of the first workshop. So let's see something similar. Maybe this we should teach a bit more on how to make the campfire. Just joking. Just joking.
Not much.
Too much sausages.
First heroes.
I think we won't be able to do it in April.
No, it's still pretty cold. Nice we were swimming in January.
Pictures are coming. Cold water. Faster, faster. He did it. He had enough.
This is a mental state recovery.
Writing reports, it's so slow. And tiring.
Okay, thank you for the attention. By the way, do you have any questions about the next workshop?
Will you do it ourselves?
Yeah, sure. Actually, Southbound has promised to organize this time the sauna activities, and they have a really big, nice place near Lahtiopark, 30 kilometers away. So we are not going to the same place in the next workshop, but we are going to have a sauna and some other things there. Okay, thank you, and welcome to Lahti in April 2016.
Okay, thank you very much, Mika. I think this is very interesting. For those of us who were there, I think this is quite exciting to see some of the memories. I'm very sad because I didn't get on the camera. I did go into the lake, but I went very early and they were turning on the camera. But considering how I look in a vest, bathing suit is probably the best thing. But anyway, it's a lot of fun. So basically, I must say that this was it for the workshop, and I was very nervous about this workshop. I was hoping that everything would turn out fine, and I guess it was partly lucky too. But I think that at least I was pretty happy with the way that everything went. And this is of course not only because of me, but also because of you, because of the teams. Just like I just want to repeat what Sasko and others have said, that the teams were working very hard. I know that the last session was very intensive, but everyone did very well, and I was very happy about that. I hope that you enjoyed all the programs and everything that we had. And a few final notices. I have one question. I don't know who the Dr. No is, but I like it. Good job. Maybe I will leave it up for the other teachers to see when they come in.